Hello and welcome to Odds on Bundesliga. Bayern Munich have more distance and now we have the 22nd match day. So let's analyze all the games with Radek Vegas and of course with you. Let me know what you think in the comment section and don't forget to support us. Please click on the like and subscribe to our channel, and now let's go on with the show. '22nd match day in the Bundesliga, with Bayern Munich having even more distance with Borussia Dortmund, but plenty of options, I'm sure, to bet in this match day. Radek, how are you?
Yeah, good. I have Corona, but I'm getting better, and so I'm happy to analyze this game day with you.
Well, hopefully you recover soon, and since you stay home, no time to watch a lot of football and place bets. For instance, on Friday, we have a very good game actually to open this match day. Leipzig, Cologne, the 7th, Leipzig against the 6th. Cologne, despite the defeat against Bayern Munich, I think we saw that Leipzig are going up and up. They are getting better. Remember that before that defeat against Bayern, they had won the previous 4, but Cologne also, they are doing an amazing season, even beating Freiburg in the last game with Modest scoring the goal. Leipzig super favorites for this game, Radek.
Yes, and that's kind of correct, because Cologne is not the best away team. Only 2 victories on away pitches, and on the other hand, Leipzig is really strong at home. 8 wins at home in 11 games, only 13 goals conceded, and that's why the odds are good and right like this in the 3-way bet. And I don't like bets with odds on favorites, no matter how clear this might be. Don't underrate Cologne in this game. I think they can score a goal maybe. So let's have a look at the both teams to score market. We get odds of 1.68 here. I also think this is too low. And so maybe we see some goals in the goal market, like maybe 2-1 for Leipzig. It would be my bet on a correct result. And betting on over goals is also no option. If everyone knows that it's going to be over, it's not the best decision to do that, because the math is always wrong, as we know from sports betting. That's why there are bookies outside, and if it was not that way, everyone would be a millionaire. So hard to find bets here, and as I always say, if you don't find a good bet, then don't bet.
Let's see if we find better odds in the games we have on Saturday, starting with Gladbach. Augsburg for sure is not good, I guess, to place your bet on Gladbach, because it's a team that cannot be trusted. They only could draw against Bielefeld. They are still in danger. They are close to the relegation spots. And Augsburg, they beat Union Berlin, another surprise we saw in the previous weekend. The teams that are in the bottom part of the table, Radek, they are getting the points, so be careful with Gladbach if they don't react.
Yes, and there are 3 positions apart from each other, and only 1 point is between them. That means Augsburg with a win can surpass Gladbach in this game. I don't think it will happen, because Augsburg is not trustworthy, as you said, and the win against Union Berlin was at home. If you watch the away stats of Augsburg, they are not really attractive. Only 1 win in 11 games away. That's the point why Augsburg is in position 16. And on the other hand, we all know that Gladbach is doing so bad, and now their manager will leave the club, and 𝐜𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 did a great job in the last years there, but now I think he will be missed. And on the field, I thought they can win against Bielefeld, but I was also skeptical, because there are so many hard to predict games in the Bundesliga. Someone in the comments called it Farmer League, and I completely agree with it because I think it's just random in this season. And this happens from time to time that you got a bad streak and you think everything is working against you. And the best thing in my eyes, and I've been doing this for 5 years now, is that you stick to your plan. And my plan is always, if I don't know on which side to bet, because both are kind of loco, I don't bet, or I have a look at the draws. And in this case, I can imagine that there can be a draw. This is for sure an option because we get odds of 4.3 at check 1. You can compare the odds on Oddspedia, and odds on over 4 are always great to bet on draws. All other things here are really difficult. I would say this is a low scoring game, under 2.5 goals, but this is also too dangerous in the Bundesliga, as we know that the defenses are both completely not solid, and I rather would bet on over, but I'm not convinced that in this game there are a lot of goals, like mostly in games between two minor teams in the last rows of the standings. I expect less goals, and betting on it is a completely different thing. I can tell you, you can bet on it, but I don't know how much you risk. If you only risk €1, you can bet on every game. But if you bet €100 or €1,000 like I did, and you don't bet on every game, you pick the best bet, only one on the game day, or maybe no one on the game day. And this is for sure a game you don't want to put really a lot of money on it. And so I just want to explain that it's not always correct to say, bet on this and bet on this. And in this game, only option not to bet.
Well, if your stake is low, then you can trust the odds for the draw. For instance, as you mentioned, 4.4. Then we have Frankfurt, Wolfsburg, two teams that won the previous weekend. Very important for both of them because Frankfurt were winless in the previous 3. Now they are 1 point away from the European spots. And Wolfsburg, they were falling in the table after 9 winless games. They thrashed Furth 4-1. The odds are quite okay, I guess, if we trust the team that is doing better this season, like Frankfurt. But probably if we check the squads, they are very similar.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because have a look at the record of Frankfurt in the last games. They were hard to beat, except the game against Bielefeld where they lost 0-2 at home. They won the last 2 games against Stuttgart and Mainz, and now they're playing at home again against a team like Wolfsburg, who only managed to beat Furth. And I think Frankfurt is the favorite here, the clear favorite at home, because their team chemistry is really good. They have a team spirit, they're fighting, especially at home. I think they might miss a really big audience. With a huge audience in their home stadium, I think they would be even better. But no matter how Wolfsburg played against Furth, I think Frankfurt is the better option to bet on. The odds of 2.25 on Frankfurt are good. I would say, because there can always be draws in every game in the Bundesliga, I would be a bit careful and bet on Asian handicap minus 0.25 on Frankfurt. That means if there's a draw, we only lose a half of our bet. That's okay. And if Frankfurt wins, we get odds of 1.9 at the moment. Maybe it's getting lower the nearer the game day is coming. So if you get good odds of 1.9 at any bookmaker, then I think this is okay. If the odds are going lower, I won't bet as well, because it's always comparison between the odds and the probability, and the danger of having a draw here is too high if the odds are too low.
Okay, we have similar odds in the next game. If we back Freiburg playing at home against Mainz, Freiburg lately they are kind of a hit and miss team, but Mainz, they are very bad when they are traveling. The last 5 games away were defeats. It's true that they are coming from a victory against a good team like Hoffenheim, but perhaps someone, by the way, told me that I pronounced very bad that team. I know, but I'm very sorry. What can we expect in this Freiburg Mainz? Going for Freiburg as well is a good option?
Yeah, they're a good home team, and I like the way you pronounce Hoffenheim, and that's why I would not correct you, and I like this. And in Germany we say Hoffenheim, but I know the Heim, it's kind of it's hard for Spanish people maybe, and so yeah. Freiburg is easier to speak, I think, and Mainz as well. So I think, yeah, Freiburg is the home favorite here. Mainz, yeah, is in a bit of bad luck and bad streak, and especially away, they are the second weakest team on away fields, only 2 wins away. That leads to tend that I would say, yeah, Freiburg is winning this game, but on the other hand, Freiburg didn't show that much strength. They lost at Cologne, and it was a low-scoring game, and I didn't like this. So I can see as an option both teams to score no, and we get odds of 2.15 here. Because yeah, could be different in this game, and I think Freiburg is known as one of the best defenses in the league. Mainz had problems to score goals in the last games, so I think this is for sure an option to bet on these odds. 2.15 on both teams to score no.
Perfect. Freiburg, 24 goals conceded, only Mainz, 30 goals scored, only. So that could be a good options, both teams to score. No, then we have Furth, Hertha, very important game for the team in the capital. They need to win. They are winless in the last 4, 2 draws, 2 defeats. When everyone is playing against Furth, they expect to win, but be careful because at home, Furth, they haven't lost in the last 4. Conceded only 1 goal, so it won't be easy for Hertha for sure.
Yeah, and Hertha is no team you want to bet on, or do you want to support a team who hasn't won since months maybe? I won't do that, and betting on the last in the standing also is not the way I like to bet, and the odds are really not attractive for that. You get odds of 3.2 for a victory of Furth, and the bookies are seeing a draw here because the odds on the away team are 2.4. A draw is 3.5. But I have no feeling for this game because I don't like the 2 teams. And I would say it can be a very boring 0-0 or 1-1 because both teams may be the same situation as we see between Gladbach and Augsburg. Both teams are afraid to lose the game, and if they're afraid, they concentrate on not getting goals and they forget to score goals, and that's why it's maybe a game without goals or with less goals. You can bet maybe this can be an option, 1.9 on under 2.5 goals. But what I like here is maybe betting on the correct score. 0-0 would give odds of 12. So there's a huge difference between a game where you just tip the result and sports betting, and a lot of very good tipster fail to win money in sports betting because they think they have to take the safe money with the low odds. But I always tell them that it's better to be as concrete and as good as possible, and if you are really good in tipping the right result, then bet on the right result because the odds are higher, and you need to have only one correct result bet on the game day to make profit. And for the most tipsters this is easy to achieve, but it's very hard to achieve a profit with betting on three-way bets, and because the odds are mostly against you. And that's why betting on 0-0 would be my bet in this game, and you get odds of 12 here. So this is something different today.
Probably we'll see more goals in the Bochum Bayern Munich. Bayern, they beat Leipzig, now 9 points different from Dortmund, getting ready for the Champions League. They will face very soon Salzburg, but Bochum, they are not losing actually most of the games. Perhaps we can get some money if Bochum keep the game tight, no? Like Asian handicap +2 or something like this, because the odds are so low for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, this can be an option, because I also think that Bochum is a good home team. Bayern Munich is not playing the fullest because they have to rest a bit, and I think they might underrate or take it easy against Bochum, because they won the first game in the season at home with 7 goals. So Asian handicap on Bochum could be for sure attractive if you're a fan of Bochum. It's always the thing. Me as a Bavarian, I never I really do not like to bet against Bayern Munich, as I think it's the best team in the world, and that's why I don't like betting against them or betting on underdogs against them, because they can beat any team in the world with 2 or 3 goals, and as Bochum for sure as well. On the other hand, might look attractive betting on over goals here, and over 3.5, but the bookies are really bad to us, because they only give us 1.73 on that, and that is below the fair odd of 2.0. So is Bochum scoring a goal? This can be an option, because Bayern Munich has not the best defense in this year, and in the last year also not, because they are collecting too much goals, and that's why I think it's an option that Bochum can score, because they are really not bad at home, and both teams to score is 1.7, and this is in my eyes the best bet in this game.
And the last game we have on Saturday is Bayer Leverkusen Stuttgart. I think we were all surprised by the great victory of Leverkusen in the Dortmund pitch, 2-5, also scored 5 against Augsburg. They also beat Gladbach. So Leverkusen, they are in great form to secure a Champions League spot, something that they've been chasing the last years. And I guess, Radek, we should expect a victory against Stuttgart, a team that is going down to the Bundesliga too if they don't react very soon. Now 6 winless games for them.
Yes, and now playing in Leverkusen is not a good thing for them to make it better, because as everything you said, nothing else than a Leverkusen win is possible, and betting on Leverkusen with odds of 1.5, a lot of people will do that, I know, and I think it's okay, and I'm not too excited about the odds, because no matter what Leverkusen did in the last game, I'm following Leverkusen for my life, and I know if you think they are on a streak, they are good, then they make the worst things, and I won't be surprised if they lose in this game, or they at least draw, and that's why if the odds are not worth it, I only get 50% for 100% risk in this case with odds of 1.5. That's too bad. Betting on Stuttgart, on the other hand, also no option. And so if there is a doubt on betting on a team like I have with the odds on Leverkusen, then just don't bet. And what I can maybe see is that there are over 3 goals, you get odds of 1.8, because also Stuttgart has to strike back someday and will score, and Leverkusen scores a lot of goals, but they can also concede goals, and that's why over 3 goals can be an option here.
Okay, goals. Remember, Stuttgart lost 2-3 against Frankfurt, so they can score. What they cannot do is win a game. Last 6 games, only 1 point for Stuttgart, going directly to the Bundesliga 2. Perhaps we also see many goals in the first game we have on Sunday, a Champions League clash. Union Berlin, Dortmund, with both teams losing in the last match day at home. Union Berlin, they are good, won 3 out of the last 4, and Dortmund, usually they are worse when they are playing away. They are coming, Radek, from that defeat against Leverkusen, also from a KO in the cup, so they are not in their best moment.
Yeah, that's always the situation in the Bundesliga. After Dortmund was winning against Hoffenheim and Bayern Munich lost the game against Gladbach, it was the momentum for Dortmund to step up, to take their chance, and what do they in this situation? They lose games horribly and they quit the cup, and yeah, that's a kind of pity, because that is no tension in the Bundesliga, and Bayern Munich is collecting championship after championship, and that is not really attractive to watch if you are a fan of another team. And on the other hand, Union Berlin, I think it's not boring for fans of Union Berlin in this season, because they are amazing, but in their first game without Max Kruse, they lost unnecessarily against a team like Augsburg, what shouldn't happen, because Union Berlin is in the 4th position and Augsburg was on 16. But that's Bundesliga, you know, and also in this game Dortmund has to strike back for sure, and on the other hand Union Berlin is good at home, better at home than away. As we know, they also lost at Furth in this season. But I think Union Berlin without Max Kruse is a completely different thing, and that's why I'm skeptical that they also can collect points against Dortmund. They did in the past, in the last year and the last season, they won against Dortmund. That's why Favre, the last Dortmund coach, was sacked from Dortmund. I think Dortmund is winning this game no matter what, and they have to, because they are nevertheless a good team, and after getting 5 goals against Leverkusen, they have to show a reaction, and I think they can show a reaction. That's why I like the odds on Dortmund of 1.9. If you bet on Asian handicap minus 0.5, you get better odds than betting on a 3-way bet win on Dortmund.
And then let's back Dortmund, and our last game is Hoff Bielefeld, and here I'm sure we shouldn't like the odds for Hoffenheim, because only 1.6, they are coming from 4 consecutive defeats, also out of the cup, and Bielefeld is now a team not to be underestimated. Radek, they drew against Gladbach, they beat Frankfurt 0-2, no defeats in the last 6 games, out of the relegation spot, so why don't they take a point, for instance, away in this game?
They can take a point, why not? And Hoffenheim is really good at home. You can watch their 23 goals they scored at home, and Bielefeld only scored 10 goals away. That's completely other league style. And on the other hand, Bielefeld is defending well. That's why they lose not many games, and they are not on a relegation spot at the moment. And they only got 11 goals in 10 games away. That is really, really good for a team like Bielefeld. And yeah, I expect a game on 1 goal, and Bielefeld will try to defend and not getting a lot of goals. And at the end, I don't think they will be successful, and Hoffenheim can win this game with 2-0, 1-0, maybe 2-1. But not more, I think, because of the good defense of Bielefeld and the results they had in the past games. And that is, in my eyes, a good bet on over 3 and under 3 goals. You get odds of 1.87 at 22bet. And so, yeah, this is an option.
Okay, under 3 goals in our last game. Always compare the odds in Oddspedia so you get the best odds, no matter in which country you are. Then, Radek, let's see which ACCA do you have for us.
I would say my special Radek's double bet with 2x will be Freiburg Mainz as a draw, combined with another draw between Furth and Hertha, maybe. I like Gladbach against Augsburg more as a draw. And both draws combined, you have odds of 14, and you have to win this double bet just 2 or 3 times in a season to make profit. I did it once in the season, so I'm confident to strike again sometime. And on the other hand, I would combine as well Asian handicap 0 on Frankfurt against Wolfsburg, because I think Frankfurt is not losing this game against a weak team like Wolfsburg at home. So we get odds of 1.6 on Asian handicap 0 on Frankfurt. This combined maybe with Asian handicap 0 on Freiburg, because I also think Freiburg can be at home better than Mainz, and if they are not winning the game, I think we don't lose the ACCA. Betting on Asian handicap 0 means you get your money back for this. And the third Asian handicap 0 bet is in Borussia Dortmund at Union Berlin, because I also think after their disaster loss against Leverkusen, they won't lose a second game in a row. And that's why Asian handicap 0 on Dortmund is 1.4 here. That's not really brilliant, but that's the critical thing about ACCAs, that you always get less than betting on single bets. And altogether, all 3 games gives you odds of 3.58. If you find the best odds, maybe more, maybe slightly less, and depends on the bookmaker you are. So go to oddspedia.com and compare the best odds. And it's always helpful to have different bookmakers with different odds and money on it, and you get free bonus for every bookmaker you sign off, so you can profit from the bonus if you have just one bookie at the moment.
Exactly. Always find the best bookies, bonus odds on our website. Thanks, Radek, then, and see you next week.
Thank you. Bye.
We have now all the info for this new match day in the Bundesliga. Let me know what you think about the tips in the comment section. And of course, don't forget, press the like, subscribe, and click on the bell to get notifications. Or if you prefer, also, we have a podcast for you. Thanks for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.